All right, folks, this one is going to be weird because we got a lot to talk about in regards to one guy, and that's Elon Musk. Because he did something, and I learned something. Two different things all about Elon. And I feel the need to rant about them because they just kind of they're some of the best examples that demonstrate what a fucking joke the guy is. I cannot stand Elon Musk, and I haven't been able to for a long time. It's not even because of his politics anymore. Like, he could be the same politics as me down the aisle. I wouldn't be able to stand him. He's just that fucking cringe. But of course, the fact that he's a Nazi definitely doesn't help. I'm joined here today by Rince. Go ahead and say hello.
Hello. What's up?
Hell yeah. Rince is joining me here because today we're going to be taking a little bit of a poke at the world's richest man, at least as far as we know, Elon Musk, because he decided to get a little bit of a makeover, it turns out. A bit of a new haircut and a new direction he's gone in with his facial hair. Can't say I'm a fan. Oh,
Yeah.
there we go.
Yeah, no.
Yeah. It's like he's trying to look like an evil CEO now. Adolf Hitler. Yeah, he's gone full neo-Nazi. And he tweeted out, "They're mad about the haircut. That's exactly the point. It shows where I stand." For those that don't know, this haircut was, of course, very popular in Nazi Germany. So it shows where I stand. They're mad about the haircut. That's the point. There's no other way to read that than it shows that he stands as a Nazi. And that's why people are mad. And the point was to make people mad by communicating where he stands without coming out and saying it. So he looks like a clown here. That I genuinely, if I went off on a rant about this guy, I would go on for hours. I'm gonna give you a moment to say your piece, Rince.
Yeah, so there's half of the things I want to say is gonna get this stream taken down immediately. So I'm gonna try and be YouTube friendly here. But man, this guy is so fucking lame. He's so fucking lame. They're mad about the haircut. That's exactly the point. Buddy, nobody's mad. I'm just going to go ahead and say this. Hot take. Nobody's really mad. We all just think you're a fucking loser. Genuinely. I don't think anybody's actually waking up and I'm so angry. He's a Nazi. It's more so we're disappointed. And you know what? That goes for most of you fucking right-wingers. We're not even we are mad, with all the retarded shit y'all have voted for. But mainly, we're just kind of disappointed. We're just a disappointed parent that's kind of cringing at their kid doing something retarded. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel too. It's actually secondhand cringe the left feels when exposed to the right, and the lack of self-awareness from conservatives at that fact, the fact that they believe they're owning the left instead of making them feel a strong sense of cringe, of secondhand embarrassment, makes it even more insufferable, but that's the kind of reaction they want, because you cringe even harder at them, not realizing, having no self-awareness, and that gives more of the reaction they want. Now, I wanted to do a whole segment dunking on him for his haircut, but I think it goes without saying that wouldn't be a very long or all-encompassing segment, to say the least. We'd basically be doing the outro now, if that was going to be the case. But I have something else I want to talk about today, because there's an Elon Musk-related story that I learned last night that somehow I had never heard before, and when I told it earlier in stream, most of chat had never heard it before either. Now, before we get into it, drop a like on this video, comment down below. It really does help a lot. Crawl our way out of algorithm hell. I always appreciate it. Without any further ado, let's get into this story I learned last night. It was in the last place I expected. You see, lately I've been playing through a game called Cyberpunk 2077, blind, for the first time. And I've gotten pretty far into the game at this point. I'm actually on the DLC, but I got some side content that unlocked outside of Dogtown. One of these quests involved me going to a motel and speaking to a pop artist named Lizzie Wizzy, who has a job for me. One thing I noticed while talking to this character was that her line delivery was really weird. There was just something off about her line delivery. Now, granted, she had kind of a vocal filter going because of her character's fully chromed out nature, but the delivery itself just felt weird. And she didn't sound like a voice actor. You know what I mean? You can tell when there's a cameo voice actor, someone who is not in some way experienced with it, voicing someone in small ways. You can just tell. And she gave off that vibe too. So out of curiosity, I Googled what is the story behind Lizzie Wizzy's voice? And immediately I found a story that I was not expecting. I was not expecting this story. So, the voice of Lizzie Wizzy is actually Grimes, Elon Musk's ex-wife, and the popular pop singer, I believe. I think she sings pop music. I've never listened to her music, I'm gonna be real with you. But her name, it was Grimes, his ex-wife. And she was doing a cameo character in Cyberpunk. I was like, oh, okay, interesting. I guess that explains why her voice acting sounds a little off, but why does the delivery sound shaky and like kind of scared? Well, I found this article on my little rabbit hole of searching of curiosity last night. And I read this article and I knew immediately I had to talk about this on stream. And I figured, since Elon Musk did that stupid haircut thing anyway, why don't we talk about this and the haircut in one big segment? Elon Musk crashed Grimes's voice recording session for Cyberpunk 2077 with a 200-year-old musket and insisted on a cameo.
Where the fuck do we even start with that?
You know he thought it was the most cool thing ever that he showed up with a musket. You know he thought that was the funniest thing in the world when he was like, he was getting the musket and loading it in his car, and not for a second did his ass think how insane and weird that is. He was thinking, oh, they're gonna laugh so hard. Let that sink in.
Zan, what if I bust into your room right now with an RPG? Would you laugh? Like a loaded RPG? Would you laugh? Would you find that funny? I think you'd find that very funny. I think that'd be very funny.
I'm not Grimes. Anyway, though.
Hey, you're not Grimes.
Sometimes...
You're Rick Grimes.
Hell yeah. Sometimes, stories about Elon Musk sound like something that would only happen on a sitcom. A new story about him showing up during a Cyberpunk 2077 recording session is one of those times. Elon Musk's ex-girlfriend, sorry, not ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, Grimes, a musician whose real name is Claire Boucher. Oh, I didn't know she actually had a real name. Okay. Voiced a character in the video game Cyberpunk 2077. She voiced a futuristic cyborg pop star named Lizzie Wizzy. Apparently, Musk really wanted a part in the game. He's a big fan of sci-fi and video games and wasn't afraid to make that known. While Grimes was recording for the game, Elon Musk came into the studio of the game's developer, CD Projekt Red, carrying a 200-year-old gun and insisted on a cameo in the game, according to Walton Isaacson's new biography, Elon Musk. The studio guys were like sweating, Grimes told Isaacson. I told them I was armed but not dangerous, Musk told the biographer. The game hit close to home for Musk because he saw similarities between the game's cyborg implants and the work he was doing with his brain chip startup Neuralink, Isaacson wrote. Elon Musk sees the world of cyberpunk and literally thinks, oh wow, this is a heavenly future. He doesn't... I don't think he's fully processed the fact that the story of Cyberpunk is about hell. Life on Earth becoming hell for everybody but the rich. Which, I mean, that's what he wants. They relented, Isaacson wrote the 2077 developers. In 2019, Musk alluded to a collaboration between him and Cyberpunk 2077 in 2019. When Cyberpunk 2077 was released in December 2020, some observant gamers noticed a character who looked strikingly similar to Musk, but it wasn't meant to be him, a CD Projekt Red representative told Insider at the time. Insiders reached out to the developer for further clarification on Musk's apparent cameo. Musk appears to be a fan of guns. Back in November, Musk tweeted a photo of 2 guns on his bedside table. Musk voiced his support of the Second Amendment on CNBC in May 2022, days after the Robb Elementary School shooting. However, he did also say that there should be stronger background checks. Discussing the incident at the... That means nothing, by the way. Just from a guy who's like a gun owner, I'm just going to let you know, when a conservative says we need stronger background checks, that means nothing. The background checks are as strong as they could be. The only thing you could possibly go deeper into is like calling spouses and ex-girlfriends and asking if people have a violent history or something like Canada does, which I don't think he's in favor of. That's like a meaningless statement. Like, unless they're saying a specific policy, stricter background checks is like blowing you off on the issue every time. Discussing the incident at the CD Projekt Red recording studio with Musk's biographer, Grimes said that the Tesla CEO has difficulty reading a room and struggles with emotional comprehension because he has Asperger's. If someone has depression or anxiety, we sympathize, but if they have Asperger's, we say he's an asshole, Grimes told Isaacson. How are you feeling about Musk being an asshole these days, Grimes? Curious. Grimes also described Musk as having distinct personalities, and that his mood can shift very quickly. Grimes partly blamed Musk's relationship with his father for his explosive emotions. She told Isaacson that Musk associates love with being mean or abusive. Yeah, for those that don't know, as you can tell, she's a victim. She's very clearly a victim and was lying to everyone, including herself, for a long time. When we hang out, I make sure I'm with the right Elon, Grimes said, according to Isaacson. There are guys in that head who don't like me, and I don't like them. Elon Musk and Grimes started on an on-again, off-again relationship in 2018 and have 3 kids together. They no longer appear to be dating. In total, Elon Musk has 10 children and has gotten divorced 3 times, as of the writing of this article, which was a few years ago. So,
yeah, that's rough, buddy.
That's the story behind why Lizzie Wizzy sounded weird in Cyberpunk 2077. Because Elon Musk was standing in the room with Grimes when she recorded those lines with a 200-year-old musket.
I think there should be stronger background checks, for people buying muskets.
There actually are none, believe it or not. There are no background checks whatsoever for black powder firearms, because they're not legally considered firearms. Not unless it's smoke. Well, technically, I think it still counts as it can be black powder and still be a firearm, but it has to be a cartridge that you're shooting to be considered a firearm. So if you're doing the classic, like you're packing the black powder, you put the ball in, the wad, and all that, not legally considered a firearm. You can get a black powder revolver, musket, rifle, whatever you want, mail ordered to your house online, to your front door, just left on your porch step waiting for you.
That is really funny.
Yeah, but if you do modify it to shoot cartridges, it's got to get registered. You got to get it a serial number. You got to go through the whole process. But funnily enough, actually, even if you're not an American citizen, I think you can order a musket and be fine if it's a black powder ball shooting musket.
I have one question to ask. How the fuck? I mean, obviously I know how he got away with it because he's famous and rich. But I can't imagine this would go over well if you or me did this. Just walking into the fucking studio with a gun or a musket.
That is some privilege.
Or a sword. Yeah, that's that's some fucking privilege. I'm not usually the type to be super giga fucking obsessed with you're rich, fuck you. But nah, you're rich, fuck you in this scenario. If you weren't rich, your ass would have got shot or dragged out and put in the fucking slammer for ages, okay? What the fuck?
He did this in what, Poland? Isn't CD Projekt Red based in Poland? How he showed up at a Polish game studio with a 200-year-old musket. I'm pretty certain.
Also, someone make the dad joke. Haha, musket. But yeah, no, that's fucking weird. He's just fucking weird. I don't know. A lot of these guys are just weird. I kind of feel bad for them because they're autistic. But in the not cool way. You know what I mean? I think a lot of us are autistic in the cool way. These guys are autistic in the not cool way. All right, y'all know what I mean. Fellow autists know what I mean.
Asperger's is the name for autism that a Nazi doctor coined. Most don't use that term anymore. Just a heads up in case you didn't know, it's more or less just autism. Is that true? Is that literally just Grimes using Elon Musk's Nazi era language? Is that yes? Okay, nice. That's good to know. I had no clue. I thought those were 2 separate.
I thought I was
being
a dick by calling it just autism.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
Didn't know that. I thought it was 2 separate things, spectrums or whatever.
Yeah, I was worried someone was in the chat was gonna get mad that I was just calling it autism, but oh, there we go. Nice.
Word. Shit. It's just an outdated term for autism. Okay, well there you go.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Anyway, folks. If you enjoyed this video, y'all know what to do. If you don't know what to comment down below to help boost the video in the algorithm, comment your favorite animal down below in the comments, and leave a like on the video. It really does help a lot. Be sure to subscribe and ring the bell icon if you want to see more stuff from me in the future. Follow my social medias, linked down below if you want to find more from me on other platforms. Particularly, I recommend you join my fan Discord, as that's the main hub of my community and fan base. I host weekly events there, and there's a chat there where you can recommend me content to cover, whether it be responding to videos or covering a news story or just covering a topic. You can just send it my way there. I scan it every day and decide if there's anything there worth covering on stream, so drop your recommendations in there. Join the Discord, the link down below, and if you want to support the stream directly, financially, you can afford it and you feel like it, consider donating, subscribing, or gifting a sub on my website, xanderhall.com/live, or support me on YouTube. Regardless, thank you for watching, and as always, have a good one.